Shalom, shalom, the wholeness within us welcomes you to the fifth episode of Womb Oracle Weavers. I'm Ishtara Katz, and I'm here today with my beloved sisters, Diana Cluth and Debs Stanley. And our darling Karina Oshun couldn't join us today, so we are holding her and the beautiful energies she brings to this container, the jungle South American lands, um, as we journey together. So I invite you to find a comfortable position as I'm going to open a sacred container for our transmission today. So if you feel comfortable, you may close your eyes or you can stay with your eyes open. And I invite you to feel your feet on the ground. So uncross your legs if they're crossed, and your arms as well, and just feel the soles of your feet connecting with the ground below you, feeling into the land where you find yourself at this moment. Just feeling into the elemental beings, the ancestors of this land. Feeling yourself grounding and rooting into the fertile soil of Mother Earth. Feeling all the nourishment that is available for you in this sacred ground that nourishes us. As you breathe this earthly energies, this primordial energies to your body through the soles of your feet, and also feeling your roots descending, mingling, connecting with the network of roots that are present under the ground. And just feel this energy in your body as I invite you to tune in to your masculine crown on top of your head. And just breathe here, feeling this energy center open and receptive to the cosmic milk that descends down from the great womb that has birthed all in creation. And then just let your body drink from this milk as it descends down, radiating every inch of your sacred flesh. And just breathe this radiance to every part of your body. Now feeling this merging of earthly and cosmic energy. As you just take a moment to breathe in your heart womb and feel the radiance of your soul essence and the support that is available for you from down below and up above. You might inhale this nourishment from the cosmos and earth, and then exhale through your mouth with a gentle sigh and releasing any stress or tension that you are holding from today or from the last few days. The energies are quite intense for this super full moon in Aquarius. So just take a few more breaths, still feeling this dance of ascending and descending energy within your toroidal field. Feeling your ancestors from the earth holding you below and your ancestors from above guiding you from the celestial and spirit realms. And then whenever you feel ready, you can just gently feel the room around you. If you had closed your eyes, and then just gentle wiggle your fingers and toes, and then just open your eyes whenever you're ready. And I want to begin my transmission today by talking about this super potent full moon, and it feels like every full moon is super potent, right? But in truth, this one, it's the uh, probably the biggest and the last, actually, is the last super full moon of the year, and it's in Aquarius. And we also have all these conjunctions and, in different aspects they're playing, like Saturn and Uranus, and so there's like really a big invitation because the lunar nodes are actually aligned with the sun in Leo, which is that solar compassionate heart, soulful leadership and um, expansion, radiance, rooted in, sorry, just realized technology, my battery, rooted in the earth, but still yet connected with um, the sun rays, the cosmic wisdom that it's pouring through for us right now. So, because the lunar nodes are aligned with this full moon, it's in particularly the north node, which is our destiny. We're really again being sort of pushed into those beautiful sacred feminine waters that wash us and renew us, but also invite us to strip away the layers that still prevent us from drinking from our soul radiance, from embodying our divinity here on the matter, in matter. And it's quite interesting because matter is a Latin word for mother. And I've been thinking so much about this for the last few months, just kind of on a very womb consciousness, like liminal way, just kind of tuning into that and what does it mean to descend from spirit into matter. And I feel like this full moon in Aquarius, Sun in Leo, it's like this beautiful union, this fusion of water and fire that actually brings spirit into matter. And then this matter, it's like coming back to the mother, and I'm interpreting that as the mother womb consciousness, which includes the masculine, and it's the mother and father. But the mother piece is what has been actually missing for a long time. So when I was like looking into the full moon, I watch an amazing woman. I can recall her name, but I can post. And she was explaining in a very very beautiful way how this alignment and conjunctions that are happening with the planet Saturn and Uranus. It's 4,000 years ago. It was like the beginning of patriarchy, and how then we went into the Pisces age, and like now we're going back into we're in the Aquarius age. And she also mentioned about Taurus, and I can't recall exactly, but maybe the North Node was in Taurus. It was pre-patriarchal time, and this is also another thing that I've been tuning in as well here in this sacred land that I find myself, Limnos in the North Aegean Sea, which is actually Egypt comes from south of Aegean, because Egypt is a Greek word. So I'm in the North Aegean, and I've been like just kind of imagining this kind of migration that was happening back in the days, since this is an island, and this not migration, but this movement that was the beginning of patriarchy, and this it's going to be a little bit heavy, but this ravishing of the land, and of this matriarchal ways and structures that was present here in the land, in Europe in particular. And Limnos Island happens to be a military base. So almost every day for the last few days, there's a lot of military, very heavy military planes passing by. So you can feel the vibration, you can feel. And today, actually, in particular, two of them passed very, very low here. And I was sunbathing actually out here. And I felt that thing in my body, which I felt 2 weeks ago when it was so strong, the sound, that I was like in shock. I was in the restaurant with my beloved and I was in shock. Like I look at him and he said he saw the fear. Like I kind of felt a transgenerational triggers in my body at that very moment. Today I felt, but I was able not to go through it. So I got up and I did a body prayer and I moved my body, and I connect with my beloved feline Sekhmet, and I've anchored in every cell and every cold of my body, every inch, every atom of my body, the unconditional love, of the mother, and the love that I can hold in my vessel, because I am a vessel for this unconditional love, even if I give conditionally, because I am human. My capacity to hold love is unconditional. And so my transmission for today is that as the world might collapse around us, or we know that there's major changes happening. And another message that this beautiful woman left in her video was like, don't go into fear, don't feed that. So like today, this experience of seeing the plane, feeling in my body that, and then choosing to get up, and in that clinch that my body did, I've actually opened to this unlimited, eternal love that is present and permeates everything in creation. And we are here to simply remember that. And we are only perpetuating traumas, or humanity is only repeating because we have forgot that. But every moment that we individually in our own universe remember that it's weaved in the web. And I am pretty sure that in that moment that I was praying with my body, that I was bowing to the earth, across the globe, someone might have felt and grasped that breath in their own way, because I am a weaver and so are you. And it's time for us to reclaim that and resurrect the fact that we are sovereign. So I close here. And I give the mic to my beloved sister, Diana Cruz.
Oh, sister, beautiful, solar, feral feminine. Thank you. And as you were speaking, as soon as you mentioned mother, coming out from around the corner from this willow tree by this brook was a mother and like 7 ducklings that came very close because I was sitting so still, and then they wandered into the water and she drifted out, and just the keeper of the space of the feminine waters, and guardian of the children. And this is the Magdalene energy that I was tuning into and have been writing about, and that just came back in this moment as I was describing the ducks, of this protector of children and guarding them. And I have chills down my legs just rooting to connect to that earth, guarding them from ever becoming separate from the love and that fire of their radiance that you named, and breaking that cycle that perpetuates, that has been perpetually transmitting trauma down through the ages and self-perpetuating again and again. So resonating with that. And yes, I wanted to raise my hand, and definitely felt the vibration of that today, because I feel that radiance. I feel that beautiful love. And despite all the terrible times this world is going through, right? I am resonating and feeling wonderful today. I'm feeling great. And it is that alchemy of transforming that within us, that we have that power to. So much augmenting and resonating with that message. And what I wanted to share today too was this reading that came to me yesterday, that the card just popped out and came again now as I sat down and tuned in, was this alchemy that's happening of dismantling the towers of that we have constructed to protect ourselves from annihilation and abuse and sexual trauma and as we are moving through this shift and this astrological shift that invites cataclysmic shifting of the paradigm, we can choose to resonate with, oh my God, catastrophe, my world is crumbling, everything I know is falling apart, and holy shit, what do I do? Or we can be like, I surrender, I'm gonna just surf this wave, and this huge tidal wave, and that is, ooh, have chills, that is just cleansing, clearing, eradicating, dissolving, purifying all these archaic crumbling structures that must crumble, and surf it, feel the power of that union with the power of those holy waters, right? They can destroy you and drown you and take you down through the toroidal, washing machine, or you can respect that power and feel at one with it and surf and welcome the change that is being invited into your life, because it's going to land you on fertile, ground, the fertility that comes after volcanic eruptions that bursts forth from this earth, and it will land you in a place that is more attuned to your soul and why you are embodied here, dismantling the pain body, the structures, the conditioning, the programming that has suppressed and has put a wet blanket on top of your spirit, your fire. And our fire, this collective we. So as we move through whatever changes might be happening in your life, and wherever you're feeling it right now, and the fear, the trauma coming up, all the memories of this life or past life, whatever it is that's churning up, see if you can lean into that space, in the eye of the storm, being the soul watcher that can connect and observe and understand this greater landscape, understanding the self in the landscape as it shifts and goes through the natural cycles of death and rebirth. And this is what we are being called to across the planet in so many ways, in whatever unique way this resonates for you, and whatever sphere of influence, whatever soul purpose. If you haven't been listening and you're starting to listen, this is encouragement. If you've been doing it and it's getting spiky, lean in, allow the acupressure to clear any obstacles, and trust that song of spring, of second spring, as I feel personally aligned with, in the second spring of my life, just the sound of nature, of rebirth that comes after the death. It's nothing to be feared, like, that's the programming that we've been taught. We're being reminded to relearn the ways of the medicine of the earth, of the ways of our indigenous ancestors who are still practicing these ways and sharing this wisdom. We're being called to listen to indigenous voices and embody the awakening of our own indigenous DNA. Celebrating life. I'm celebrating life with you, and I'll close with that abundance, that fire, that solar regenerative, yes, feral feminine energy. And I'll pass it to you, Debs.
So beautiful, Diana and Nicole, just drinking in the transmission, actually. And every time we gather, it just blows me away, the different landscapes that, you're both and Karina, just holding and rooted into. And I feel this medicine and our weaving of what we're doing here. Yes, I'm just drinking that in and feeling this, there's a huge amount of photonic light hitting the planet at the moment, and we're moving through this sort of photon belt, and you can see people like popping like corks, waking up and doing the work and realigning with their true sort of purpose. And it feels very exciting, to witness that particularly among sisters that I sort of, I'm in the field with. And particularly today, I'm just feeling, I had this experience I shared on my Instagram feed about, the Lion's Gate was coming up, and I had this sort of, womb-centered, earth-rooted, abundance piece that I was going to sort of share in the transmission. I got it all downloaded, and then I just didn't have the kind of, it just wasn't the right time for me to push and, go into that yang energy that would have been required of me to deliver that and to share that. And part of my ego, I call her Mildred, I was like a bit frustrated and a bit, disappointed. But actually the gems and the jewels that I got from just understanding that, or responding to that nudge from within, that impulse to just, instead of leaning in and, fanning those fiery flames of Leo, just to actually to take a step back and just to really be with where I was at and all that my life is about right now. And knowing that transmission, even if I just kind of downloaded it on some level by process of osmosis, we don't actually always have to do the course, do we? And do the workshop or the mastermind, or, we just, as long as we're on that journey of constantly, feeling into our own alignment and sort of, tuning into nature and, our place in the multiverse, actually by process of osmosis, people that are in our tribes, our communities, our fields, our families, they're just going to get those pieces anyway. They're just going to land, and that's the exciting part. I think we're moving into this piece, this journey of that sort of communication that feels quite exciting. But yeah, just today I'm feeling this real gratitude, as I look around me, the cottage, the health, the wealth, the abundance, the love, the connection, the friendships, and what's possible for us. I've just putting my hands in the soil, making a mandala, an elemental mandala, or just the kind of on the etheric levels, just there's so much for us to embody and enjoy and explore and to be, and to really feel the gratitude for that and to feel filled up with that. And then also invite in the new, the more, the fun of the desire beings that we are, to be able to call that in. So just feeling into the fiery flames of Leo, and understanding, for me personally, that can sometimes burn me up and sort of exhaust me, that the flames of the full moon, and it can feel hectic and chaos, and I want to retreat into my kind of hermity cave And then to just call on the Aquarius energy, that the air, to actually just move through and to just, dance and be playful and light, and that feels good, just to hold those polarities. I think that's a really great way to sort of work with these full moons and new moons, just to check in with the elemental aspect of each and feel them in your body, feel them in your, your leanings in and your leanings back. So yeah, I feel deep gratitude. I feel alignment. I feel, on a personal level, just pushing through some of those, like, what you were saying, Nicole, with that feeling something in that moment and just holding it. For myself, I was, I have felt this sort of social anxiety recently not recently, in the last few years, and it has really stopped me doing things, and I've been really leaning in and just sort of pushing through a little bit and just enjoying the transformation and stepping in and the treasures that I feel are falling into my lap and around me, and just switching onto that and just looking at the womb mandala, the fire of the sort of Shakti in our right ovary, the sort of masculine, the sort of like the doing, but allowing that to be, the divine masculine, not the distorted masculine, not allowing that to burn us out and to, keep us in eternal summer, eternal fire, eternal flames, because we have to tend the embers. We have to tend the embers, otherwise, of self-care. Otherwise, we do burn out and we're exhausted. And then the air of Aquarius, our connection to our soul star, our sort of, raison d'etre here on the planet, and our mission, and to get excited by that and aligned with that and to allow the flow with that. So yeah, I think that's all I have to share, but just really beautiful to be with you and to hold beautiful Karina in the jungle, in her zone, sending her so much love, and to all those who need it right now as we wade through and we find our way. Just really trusting that each time we pick up that one piece of the thread in this vast web, this vast garment, we know that the whole web is lifting. We are raising the vibration of the whole planet, just as you said in that moment, Nicole. So thank you, and blessings, beautiful blessings as we ride the waves. And I'm quite relieved that it's the last super moon. I don't think my nervous system can take much more. And it's really, I think my big medicine has been to just really tend to my nervous system, to really just keep listening to my body and honoring my nervous system. So much love.
Thank you. So we bring this episode into a closure. Thank you for this beautiful transmission, and we would love to hear any questions or insights or sharings that you have when you watch this replay. And until next time, thank you.